morning, Harmony Central. This is Mats Nermark, all the way from cold and snowy Sweden, but now happily in sunny California. And yes, it is sunny. The rumors are true. This is God's place on earth. And actually, NAMM itself is God's place on earth for all musicians or gear nerds like myself, and probably yourselves as you are watching this now. www usually is the World Wide Web, but in this case, NAMM has thrown a web all over the wide world, and here www is actually weird, wacky, and wonderful. So, without further ado, let's explore. Follow me. Things have changed in Hall E. There are all kinds of stuff all over the place, and I don't know where we're going or what we're going to see, but hopefully it will be fun. Ukuleles to follow the trend for a few years. If you're a do-it-yourself kind of guy or gal, this is where you get all your parts. And there's wood.
Most of our cost is the material itself. Okay.
And there's clothing. And for the musician with a very keen fashion sense, you've got bow ties. Now, Free Notes Harmony Parks. It says for all ages and abilities. I must be too old and too stupid because I just don't get it. If you thought NAMM was all about sound, you're wrong. Here we have a stomp box for guitar players who want to get into the light.
In honor of
it's called the Stomp Light.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Because I don't want people to see it.
Right.
Okay,
And
cool.
a nice addition. First, this one, the newer one, we put the flap factor on.
Now, if you're a guitar tech or an old-fashioned dentist, they have tools for you too.
They are made for stainless steel. Can I explain something?
If you're into Darth Vader, but much uglier, take a look at this.
I am your father, Max.
Now, many guitar players like myself who grew up musically in the 80s and the 90s have this clean tone in our minds, made famous by the old tri-stereo chorus. And Free the Tone from Japan has a new chorus that is supposedly doing just that. It's called the Tri-Avatar. They also have a very nice delay that supposedly is like the old famous TC2290. I like colors and I like colorful and I like shiny things. So the Chase Bliss, I don't know if it's a take on the wine Chablis, could be, could not be. It's pure analog with digital control. You can control almost everything with these dip switches.
Hey! How's it going, Craig?
How's it going? Fine.
Good, good, good.
Say word to the camera. I'm with Mats Nermark from Sweden. He's like a journalist.
How's it going, everyone? Thank you so much. This is NAMM 16, our first ever NAMM show. So happy to see Craig here and see Matt. So thank you so much. Welcome. to our booth. This is Studio Link. We build virtual instruments, and we're just enjoying NAMM 16. Thank you so much.
Holy is sort of a funny place because if you go through it once, you see a few things, then when you look for them, they're gone. On the other hand, the things you never saw before suddenly pops up. Quite interesting. You should get here sometime. Small budget, small pedals. Akai has to fire their ad department. Somebody spelled their name wrong. Are we allowed to say things like that?
Have like a what's called
One of the really cool builders is Saul Koll of Koll Guitar Company. And as you can see, he has loads of things. He's a very important person, yes. So people, here's Saul Koll himself.
Hello, how are you?
Hello Saul, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
We're here with Harmony Central.
Fantastic.
Doing our Paul E. Pro.
Nice.
Showing the weird, wacky, and wonderful, and of course you belong to the wonderful category.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
I like to be wacky.
Oh, okay. So show us something wacky and wonderful. How
Okay.
about that one?
Okay. This is a tornado based on my Glide series. The basic outline is my Glide series. This particular one has a Godzilla bent. So this inlay says Godzilla in kanji, and on the it has a sustainer, a Staniac, and a Lawler P90. It also has a tornado, also has a tornipulator. That's what these buttons are right here. So there's a microphone that you can bring in. If you press this button, it turns on the microphone. And if you're playing with a lot of gain, it feeds back immediately. It's a momentary switch, so you can use it rhythmically with your music. These are all things developed by David Torn, our wonderful guitarist and player. This is a Karina, a set neck. There's a little Godzilla thing right there. I don't know if your microphone can pick this up, but if I press this button, you can hear the cry of Godzilla. It's probably too loud in here to hear it, but this one's a duo glide. These are Curtis Novak gold foil pickups. He's in the California desert and he makes these wonderful pickups. Basically cheap guitar pickups from the 60s, but he's reproduced them spectacularly and they sound wonderful. It's a bird's eye maple top. It's chambered. These are our new knobs. We're having these custom made and we have them in different colors. We have them in clear and tortoise and black. It's nitrocellulose lacquer. It's rosewood fingerboard, celluloid inlays. This is our new logo. I've been building guitars for 30 years and my logo has always been a stylized signature, but we finally had somebody, Aaron Draplin, the graphic artist, reinterpret my thing. So if you look at this guitar, there's my original logo right there, and Aaron has kind of given it a little finesse, well, we like it, cleaned it up.
And only at NAMM you can go nuts about new knobs.
Yeah, new knobs, yeah.
We're moving on, thank you so much.
Good to see you.
Yeah, see you next year.
Cheers.
Bye-bye. Now everybody doesn't want to play 6 strings, not everybody wants to play just a single cutaway. So for those we have the glass guitars.
Glass guitars, yes. Hi, how you doing?
For people running with the thumbs around the top of the fretboard, may not be comfortable. But yeah. I don't know what it is. Probably some kind of composite. Quite unusual, quite expensive.
Oh, okay, guys, I get it. Yeah.
Some people complain that old 70s Les Pauls are heavy, but here we have German stone guitars.
They have stone tops with lights underneath.
Now, guitars of stone, is that for stoned musicians? Who knows? I never tried.
Let me just do really quick. I'm going to go start out with a classical guitar, and the thing that I want to say about this is that there are no samples in this. It's all based on modeling, and so that means we can do all kinds of interesting things like harmonics. But the most interesting thing that we can do is because we model the guitar, the amplifier, and the feedback chain, we can do feedback. Oh, it's wrong octave. There's all kinds of other interesting models in it as well. For instance, there's a sitar. And there's a built-in arpeggiator that allows you to do all kinds of interesting things, like this. I'm going to play with the stiffest. I'm going to put a tamburo bridge on. I'm going to play with palm mute. So all the physical parameters of a real guitar, there's about 40 of them, are all under the control of the patch of MIDI control. You can do a lot of very interesting things. There's interesting sonic possibilities.
So is this a plugin for a DAW or is it an instrument in itself?
It's an instrument today that runs as an iOS app on iOS, but we just had a discussion this morning about it making it an A3U plugin. Now that we support MIDI, we certainly could drive it off of MIDI instead of the touchscreen, though the touchscreen is a very interesting way to interact with it because we have this interesting isomorphic keyboard. Really, it's a keyboard that was designed as early as 1863 by Helmholtz, but this particular keyboard allows you to very quickly shred, and we have this feature here called octave rounding that allows you to, in a very small area, play up and down the keyboard.
Okay, thank you, Pat.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks, Greg.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Now, being a guitar player, I really don't know how to react to that, but I thought it sounded cool, it looked cool, and, you know, just because I love guitar doesn't mean I can't love that. So let's just keep on loving.
And this is always my favorite place. Metronomes not in sync. To me, a vision of hell is having to live in all eternity with metronomes not in sync. And ladies and gentlemen,
Straight from America, Chris Crowline from K-Line Guitars. We're here with Harmony Central to look at your new guitar.
All right.
Would you mind showing it to us very briefly?
Absolutely.
Where is it? There it is. And if I'm correctly informed, it's so new it doesn't even have a name.
Well, it does now. It's Delmar is the new name.
Okay.
Yep, another city on Route 66 here in the U.S. where all my models are based on.
Okay.
It was kind of inspired from a Jazzmaster Strat and an Epiphone Wilshire, kind of all put together.
Okay.
This one is an older body version with the Strat trim in it. And these are three of the new Klein mini buckers, loosely based on a Firebird, but wound a little bit differently. So they're very clear, very warm, very punchy.
They look like gold foils, but are they?
No, gold foils are single coil. These are actually humbuckers. So they're just a really nice, tight, warm, punchy, quiet mini humbucker.
Okay.
And this one's got the push-pull, so you can do the neck and the bridge on it. And then in position 2, you actually get all 3 pickups on. And they're really cool in the Strat positions and the in-betweens. You do get a little bit of quack out of it. So very unique sounding guitar, and it's very, very versatile.
Okay. And where do people go to read more about the Delmar?
K-lineguitars.com.
Very good. And as always, when we are like this, we ask Chris if he can provide us with a complimentary pick for our pick collection.
Absolutely.
Very good. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. Good seeing you again.
I'll be back.
Thank you.
This is the pick. It goes into the pocket. You've heard of playing in the pocket? This is how you do it. Get one for the wife.
Absolutely, sir. Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, Bart!
Yes.
Yes, I told
Bart.
you.
We need a shout out. Say hi. Say hi to Harvey Central.
Hi, Harmony Central. Thank you.
Bart from the Effects Database. The man, the myth, the legend. I've read about him. I've seen his website. I never met him. But this is what NAMM all about. Meeting people you thought you'd never meet. Meeting people you thought you knew but really didn't, but did anyway. So why not? Very good, Bart.
Yep. Yeah.
All the way from Belgium. And the Sweden, who would think? See you later, Bart. Bye-bye. And keep up the good work.
Good to see you.
Here's a funny guitar for kids, I think. Kids want to be badass rock and rollers. Every child should have one. We all want to be guitar players. And we're back in Chinatown, Warp Speed. We seem to have entered acoustic land. Like Disneyland, they have all these kinds of lands. This is acoustic land. We have not really electrics, but really nice. That's pretty cool. I never played a banjo in my life, but even I have heard of Deering banjos. Truly one of the iconic brands. Sometimes they have concerts here that will just blow your mind. These guys are awesome musicians. And here we're at Collingspool. And there is Doug Chandler from England. He's a cool guy and he sells Chandler.
Hi, Mats.
And Doug actually thinks that everyone should own a Chandler. No, not a Chandler, but a Collings, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And
Like you.
Like myself, I love Collings. So where should they go to find out more about Collings guitars?
In Sweden?
Or in the world?
Oh, any of our many dealers. Go onto the Collings website go to dealers, do the drop-down menu, and you'll find the list of all the domestic and the international dealers right there.
Right. I can personally recommend the Collins guitar brand. Thank you, Doug. I always get confused here. Where are we? This way? This way. I was very briefly browsing through Holy yesterday, and I saw this company who had taken 3D printing to a new level. You know, if you play classical guitars, you need good nails. If you play, finger picking with steel strings, you need good nails. If you play electric bass, the nails are just in the way. And if you play electric guitar, you just wear them down even if you play with a pick. But these guys 3D prints fingernails. It's amazing. And they use some kind of adhesive that you just put on your fingers. And when you want to play bass, you just pull them off and play bass. Awesome concept. And now they're gone. This is holy magic. I can't find them. Well, ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce Robert Renman, the guitar tutor, formerly from Sweden, now in Canada, no less. So Robert, come on out.
Hey.
Good to see you, Robert.
Well, likewise. Good to see you too. Thank you.
So where should they go visit the web if they want to take part of your lesson plan?
Well, I have lessons on my website, masterguitaracademy.com, and I also have a website called dolphinstreet.com, which I started with having free lessons of a variety of things. And of course, I have my YouTube channel. Just search for Robert Renman on YouTube. You'll find tons of lessons there too. So, yeah, I have lessons spread out a little bit here and there, but.
Okay. So. And now let's bring out Michael. Come on, Michael. Come on.
Hello.
Hey, Michael.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you. Now, Michael builds guitars, and he's such a unique guy. He goes to NAMM as a guitar builder and brings no guitars. I mean, he's totally unique.
Exactly. We're all about being enigmatic
Yes.
and nonsensical, just like our products. Yes.
Okay.
But no, actually, we're really focusing on our parts this year. We do have a new line of guitars coming, but they were not unfortunately ready for this show. So we're still prototyping, and they'll probably be ready for next NAMM show.
Next NAMM.
At which time you're just a little early. That would be about just a year.
Year or so.
Yeah.
So, are you saying we should come back next year?
You know, that's exactly what I'm saying, Mats, and I really appreciate you stopping by.
Okay. See you then.
God
Bye-bye.
bless.
Cheers. Is a really nice idea. NAMM rents the whisper room and puts them here so we can go inside and, just be allowed to think for a bit without being totally noised out. It's quite expensive. It's around 11,500 bucks. Now, Dwarfcraft devices are, totally cool devices. They've always been totally cool devices. Usually my man Benjamin is here, but I can't find him. Oh, there's Ben. Let's go talk to Ben.
How are you guys doing?
Good, Ben.
Good to see you again.
Good to see. What's happening this time?
Well,
we're talking to the gadget.
Okay. We've got a prototype for our next fuzz. It's super fuzz based. We added a 3-band EQ in addition to the familiar old volume, bias, gain, and the mids scoop. And then we've got our new tremolo here called the Twin Stags, which is 2 tremolo circuits in series. And you can also route the secondary LFO to modulate the speed of the first one for a bunch of time change effects.
So instant seasickness.
It could be used for such, yeah.
Okay, for people familiar with Ben and Dwarfcraft devices, and people familiar with our by now traditional Holy Crow, knows Ben as the mastermind behind the doll. What did you call it a few years back? You had a mannequin doll.
Oh, those things I call tractor beams.
Okay.
Because they suck everybody in.
So do you have any tractor beam this year?
I think just the sheer magnitude of the booth is our tractor beam this year, and just being surrounded with a lot of other great people and great products. That was the main thing this year.
So what year did you bring the box of doom?
That was our first year exhibiting. So
and when was that?
I'm gonna guess around like 2010 or 11.
So to all Harmony Central viewers, go back, try to find the Hall E-Crawl from 2010 and watch this magnificent piece of technology. Okay, Ben, thank you very much.
It's great to see you
Best
again.
of luck.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. There is this Japanese guy who, well, let's start from the beginning. Stainless steel frets are very popular because they don't wear down. But some people, like Jim Tyler, very renowned and one of my favorite builders, think that the sound gets a bit brittle. So there is a Japanese guy with a company called Freedom Custom Guitars who has made a soft stainless steel. He claims it sounds just like an ordinary fret. Quite cool. Tubes, old tech, batteries. Things you unfortunately need. Oh, I love these. I love these. Aren't they gorgeous? This is pure sex.
I love all that.
Yeah, I mean, I took some of my...
Who needs faders, right? Disco speakers. Perfect Christmas gift for your grandmother. Here, people, we have the Slapperoo, one of the coolest things ever. Yeah, I love this thing. Please play us some.
This is Andy, the inventor of it.
Andy with the short one, and then with Armando with the large one.
Armando does have the longer one out of the two of us, but that's a different topic. But he is the master.
I just love this concept, and it's funky, it's bassy, it's trebly, and since last year, now we can actually play it in tune because Andy has put markers, we can actually find the notes, right, Andy?
I put markers on it, and I made the extrusion round, so it's much more comfortable to hold.
Right.
And I injection mold the bottom now with my own machine, so you can put your palm right in the compartment. It's all about ergonomics now and keeping it really refined.
And you can do something here that makes it...
Oh, what do you bend the instrument by flexing it. It's actually, so what I do is I flex it with my hand like this. It's just kind of an accidental feature I discovered about a month after building it. I was like, you can bend it. Yeah.
So where do people go on the internet to find out more about your stuff?
Oh yeah, it's a slapperoo.com. Real easy.
Simple as that.
Yeah, I can just Google the word slapperoo. I kind of own that word on the web, it seems. Just like on the, I don't know where it's at. It was on the sign, but yeah.
Very good. Thank you, Andy, for being with us today at Harmony Central. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for coming by.
Bye-bye. And now, folks, we have the lock knob.
Thank you so much. How you doing, guys?
We're good.
Can I show you a new product?
Yes, your sister sent me an email.
Oh, who are you?
I'm with Harmony
Oh,
Central.
yeah, I heard you.
Right.
Hey, guys, I'm Tony Lavosi. Nice to meet you. My sister just took a walk down to one of my friends. She'll be back in a minute. That's my son over there.
I met him yesterday.
Oh, you did?
So, we're filming for Harmony Central. This is our Hall E-Crawl. Show us the lock knob.
Okay. Let me show you on this. It'll be a little easier.
Okay.
The big problem we have with amplifiers and pedals is we lose our settings. So the lock knob retrofits right on. You screw on the bottom ring, you pull it up, turn it and lock it. In a smaller situation, like in Boss pedals and soundboards, sometimes you have a D shift without any kind of thread, so it can't thread on. For that,
We have a higher strength adhesive that goes on the bottom ring, and these are smaller, so they'll fit on. Also on this, if your threads don't line up, you can use the adhesive ring, which comes in the back. So you get a threaded ring and an adhesive ring, so either way, you're gonna get it on there. It comes in a 1/4 inch shaft or the 6mm shaft. Now, I have an amp with 24 knobs on it. The only thing I changed is my overall stage volume, which I put 4 lock knobs on. My other ones I never work on because I've been working on my tone for 20 years. I never changed that. So these are called the forget about it knob. You put it on, you forget about it. So all you do for that is you take your knob off, you take your nut off, you turn it to where you want it, put it on and forget about it. And if you're one of those guys that you don't want anybody stealing your settings, there's no line for them to copy. So if they want to copy your volume, that's all they're going to get from you. It works in conjunction with the lock knob. Looks just like it. Same height, everything else. So you put them on your tone knobs. If you're touring with these on a pedal, you can throw them at a wall, they're not going to move. You put it on your, and that's it. You forget about it. Now this next product I'm going to show you, this one's called the Nut Hugger. It's got a crazy name, but it kind of hugs the nuts. So what we do here is, common problem, you hit the guitar knob and it moves, and it's nothing, very annoying. So what you do is you take off your knob and your nut, you put on this Nut Hugger, and what the Nut Hugger does is it goes over the potentiometer shaft, applies more pressure around it. Now if you turn this, super easy, and much more resistance. If you want to turn it, check it out.
I did yesterday.
Yeah, so this will stop the problem of that moving when you hit it, but for a guy that uses these, like I use them for decoration because I keep mine on 10, they don't want to pull up on it, you can turn it and still do what you have to do. These will also work on the pedals and amps. A little less, they're more cost effective. They're not a positive lock, but they'll work.
Okay.
So just another alternative.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you for being with us.
You're
at
welcome.
Harmony Sound.
Thank you, guys.
And best of luck to you.
Thank you.
And say hello to your sister.
I'm gonna get her.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, thanks.
Ingenuity, the American dream. There you have it. There is an amp that's considered somewhat of the holy grail, and that's the Dumble amp. Few have seen it, many have heard it, and there's this company, Shins Music in Tokyo, that makes the Dumbloid, and they make different versions of it. Here's one that says Dumbloid 335. My guess it's going to try to make it sound like maybe Larry Carlton. Lots of different finishes. Cool. Thank you, sir. They gave us a pick, playing in the pocket. Here you have the floating guitar support. Turn your guitar into a piece of art, it says. Kind of cool. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as we are ending our whole e-crawl, we are going to enter an area where there's probably more creativity or creative minds per square foot than in any other place here at NAMM. But it's also quite well visited and the sound levels are quite high. I wonder where the NAMM police went, but we're entering it anyway at our risk for your pleasure. First up is Bill Asher, wonderful guitar builder. He builds lap steels, he builds electrics, and he has a particular guitar I'd like to show you. But before that, this is the Ben Harper signature lap steel. Beautiful lap steel. Okay. is his T Deluxe with his special pickups, and we did a whole e-crawl where Bill explained that for us last year. But this one is my favorite. The Bel Air. Note the hubcap knobs. Note the genuine Bel Air logo. And also the tone styler circuit. Would I love to own this one? Yes, sir, I would indeed. Let's move on. Here, Harmony Central, we have Jostein Gulbrandsen from Norway, an eminent guitar player presently located in New York City, and he's a jazz cat of giant proportions. Check it out. Where should they go, Jostein, to check your stuff out?
www.justin-g.com.
Okay. And what will they hear when they get there?
Hopefully some good jazz. Yeah, playing on Collings guitars mainly. So.
And they came the push for Collings guitars again.
Yeah.
Thank you and good luck.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, bye-bye. And here we have Juha Ruukangas guitars. Follow me. So where's Juha?
Juha will be, well, you don't want to do an interview, but he's visiting the toilet, but he'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah. This is a very special guitar. This is a Mojo King. It has a special kind of Telecaster setup. You know, the Telecaster bridge gives you a certain sound, but for this model, Juha wanted a trem bridge, so he designed this specific pickup ring to create the same magnetic field around the pickup, the bridge pickup, as an ordinary Telecaster. Then you have another Telecaster pickup, and you have a wolf in sheep's clothing. It's actually a P90 in a humbucker cover. So you got a 5-way switch, and you got this. When these are together and you pull that, you will get them in series instead of in parallel. Fretboard of Finnish birch. I never seen that anywhere else, but supposedly very good. It's available in candy apple red, and it looks so good you don't know whether to play it or to eat it. And we're moving on to Chris Van Tassel of, hey,
how are you?
Rocket Pedals.
Just talked to Michael Britt this morning.
Oh, okay. So, the 45 caliber, what can you tell us?
Well, it's kind of AC/DC in the box.
Okay.
Both Malcolm and how about that?
A split personality pedal.
Kind of. No, it's our recreation of a 62 JTM 45.
Okay. And now, fellow guitar players, this is the guitar amp builder, Jamie Scott. Hey, Jamie.
I'm doing good. How about you? Hi.
Fine.
Hi there.
So, Citizen Gain.
Citizen Gain, yes.
Tell us about it.
Citizen Gain is something that was requested for me to design by dealers and guitar players. When I started amp designing, I started with a high gain amplifier. And after that, living in Nashville, I had to diversify, and so I've done your Fender flavors, your Vox flavors. I do amps that bring those flavors all together. There's an amp called the British Dream that does Vox and Marshall in one. Dreamweaver is Fender and Marshall. There's the Dual Citizen, which is Fender and Vox. Natural, after 19 amplifiers, to finally come back to high gain. And so the Citizen Gain is an amplifier that gets its sweet spot starting at 2 watts. And we'll go up to our maximum power will be 40 watts. Now this is tube, so when I say 40 watts, with a lot of saturation, it's nice and compressed. If you open it up like an Angus Young tone, it's 45, 50 watts. There's plenty of headroom there as you clean it up, right? The package is lightweight, and I'll call this out because I worked with Mercury Magnetics transformers, and we came up with a lightweight but efficient, powerful power transformer and output transformer. So we make a small box head, or a compact head, weighs 24 pounds. The bigger box has our our studio tube reverb, and that weighs 31 pounds. And a name, Citizen Gain, has to offer a sound that ranges the span of gain. It's not just this high gain onslaught, and it's not just this plexi thing, right? It goes from Hendrix, it goes to Van Halen, it goes to Alice in Chains or any of the modern high gain things, and it effortlessly spans the range of all of those. And whatever sound is yours that fits in that spectrum from Hendrix to Alice in Chains and all the way through, Citizen Gain does it. And it's got a magnificent clean tone as well.
So it's 50 Shades of Gain.
50 Shades of Gain, that's right.
So,
let's
now
take a look at it.
Yeah.
So over here we have our hybrid master control. Edit. Over here we have our hybrid master control. Hybrid master is something that we received a patent on. And what hybrid master does is it effectively decouples the link between the sound of the amp, the tone, and how loud it is. This is the first time hybrid master has ever been incorporated into a high gain amplifier. So the controls are very simple. On the far right, here's our amount of gain. Here's the level that we would use to drive the circuitry, right? Here's our tone stack, treble, middle, bass. Here's our reverb. We have two modes of reverb. We have ambient mode, which is a big modern splash of reverb. We have tight mode, which is more vintage and more subdued. We have our tone stack switch here, which will go from a JTM 45 to a Marshall Plexi to our custom voicing, which is more aggressive pick attack. This EQ stack in this mode is from our HD 100. Yep.
So,
there we go.
Thank you, Jamie.
Oh, you're welcome.
If you have a Kemper, Michael Britt offers a very nice selection of profiles of Jamie's amps, with Jamie's permission, of course.
Yes.
And I have them. I use them all the time. They're lovely. It's my go-to amp profile. Whenever I win the lotto, I'm going to personally go to Jamie and order a number of amps. So thanks again, Jamie.
Thank you. Thanks for coming by. Thank you. Bye.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our whole e-crawl from NAMM 2016. It was my pleasure to be with you once again as your host. I hope to see you next year. Until then, be good, play a lot of guitar, love your neighbor, and just have fun. Bye-bye.
Bravo. Thank you very much.
Come by later on.
You know, I still don't get where those nails are. Abduction, I don't know. Should I leave? Should I stay? Will I be able to stay? Will they abduct me too? Who knows? Maybe you won't even see me next year. I may be walking on 3 legs. I may be green.